Shoot Moray Rabodai B'Shut Harav Shalita, which the parasha of this week, the parasha of Yosef HaTzadik. This parasha, we see how much Yosef HaTzadik he suffered in his life, how much Yosef HaTzadik alav shalom, he was in Egypt without a family, without the yeshiva of Shem Ve'ever. He was in a place which there too much Yitzhara, too much Averot to do, and Yosef HaTzadik, he remained a Tzadik. He did not, Has Shalom, do any Averot. Usually the Rambam said, when according where you live, you become. If you live in a good Jewish area, so automatically you will keep Torah mitzvot, because you see everybody going to synagogue, you see everybody acting kosher, you see everybody, so it's automatically become like them. But when you live Has Shalom in a place where there is Ervat Haaretz, a place where there is a lot of Averot, it's not a good place, not a clean place, automatically when you see all this all the time, so you become like that. You become a bad man, a bad person, like the area where you live. But we see here Yosef HaTzadik, even that Yosef HaTzadik, he was in a very bad area, Ervat Haaretz. There, the Gemara said that there they were mamash, all the women there, they were after him. And Yosef HaTzadik, he was a big tzaddik. He did not look at them. So the question is, how Yosef HaTzadik, he resisted all this temptation that he had there in Egypt. I mean, where, if Baruch Hashem that I live in a good Jewish area, Baruch Hashem. So Baruch Hashem, I go to the synagogue, I have in my house pictures of Rabbanim, I have a study Torah. But Yosef HaTzadik, he was a slave, and he was living there. The woman, the wife of his master, she was after him all the time. How he resisted? But you have to know one thing. Today, c'est à la mode. Today, people, they come to see me, to ask me, please, Rabbi David, look at those two names. What do you think? Can they married? A lot of people, they come to ask about names, if the names match to get married. Actually, the truth is, I never heard this in my life when I was young. I never heard people asking this question to my father. Usually, when I got married, I did not ask nobody. I had Emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I don't need to check names. Today, people they check names. I don't know. I'm not against them, but it just, I think the best is, I know a lot of people that they were to a lot of rabbis and they check names and they divorce at the end. So the names is not. When you get married, you must have Emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The most important is not ask questions. If they introduce you a good girl, good Jewish girl, Shomer Torah mitzvot, that's it. You must have Emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu that everything will be good. It's not the names who are going to make you happy, both of you happy. It's how you behave together. That's what it will make you happy. Anyone who wants Be'emet to be close to Hashem, and Be'ezat Hashem HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help him all his life, is not to ask questions. Yosef HaTzadik alav shalom, you could say to Hashem, Ribono shel olam, what I did to you? Why I have to suffer? Why? Yosef HaTzadik never asked a question. A man, a person who don't ask questions about things that happen to him, at the end, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give him a good reward, good schar. I think Yosef HaTzadik alav shalom, all the time, each day, he had Emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that if he is here, there is a reason. That's it. This thought to think that if I am here, there is a reason, so that helped him against all bad things. Because while he was thinking that if I am here because Hashem wanted to be here, so that protect him against all bad things that surrounded him. Look, my friend, the Shvatim. The Shvatim, when the parasha of this week, when the Shvatim they met Yosef, and Yosef started to make them suffer. He treated them as spies, and then he took them to the prison. They could fight him. What the Torah said, Aval Ashimim Anachnu. Suddenly the Shvatim started to think, if that happened to us, it's because there is a fault in our hand. Because maybe we did something wrong. They did not ask, why Hashem you do that to us? What's that tzaddikim? We came here to look for Yosef. We came here to buy food for Papa, for our father. So why this man he make us he treat us bad? He treat us like spies? Why? They did not ask that question. They just said, if that happened, it's because there is a reason. Always in life, this is what we thought. Always, we have to live according to this. מתי יגיעו מעשי אבות סימן לבנים? We saw Abraham Abinu alav shalom. One day HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Abraham Abinu, Abraham, you know kibitz be'ezat Abraham, you know Abraham could not have children. He was sterile with his wife. And Hashem said to Abraham, look up at the sky. You will have millions of children. And I will choose you and I choose your generation to become Am Segula. And Abraham, he believed in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Abraham, this year you will have a baby. And they had a baby. 34 years later, Hashem said to Abraham, take your child, Yitzhak, and sacrifice him. Abraham could say to Hashem, Lama, why you do that to me? You promised me a baby. You promised me Yitzhak. You told me keep Yitzhak Chazara. You told me throw Ishmael from the house and keep Yitzhak. And now you tell me take Yitzhak and sacrifice him. He could have this agreement to Hashem. And Abraham Abinu, he did not say nothing. He just accepted. Not only accepted, when he took Yitzhak to sacrifice him, and the Malach appeared and said, hey, stop. Abraham, he didn't want to stop. He wanted to carry on. Abraham Abinu alav shalom never asked questions. So Maaseh Avot Siman Labanim. If you want to have success in our life, Jewish life, never ask questions. Whatever happened, do we have questions when we win the lotto? Why we win the lotto? No, we're happy. No, we don't win. We don't ask why. So the same way, when something has shalom, something happened, something bad happened, or there is a test, or there is a nisayon, you have to accept it and say, always connect yourself to our parents, to Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, that they never ask questions. Yaakov Abinu alav shalom, he heard that Yitzhak, he want to give a blessing to Esav. Yaakov was the tzaddik. Esav is the Rasha. Yaakov could say to his father, Papa, why you bless Esav? He's a Rasha. Bless me. Yaakov Abinu, he did not ask questions. He said, if this is his choice, he want to bless Esav, let him bless Esav. I don't. And at the end, what happened? It's Yaakov who took everything. My friend, a man who don't ask questions against Hashem, why this and why this and why this, he will have the zichut that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help him. I would like to tell you what the Baal Shem Tov said. Listen to this. Baal Shem Tov said about on the pasuk, Vaikach et shnei ne'arav. When Avraham Abinu went to when he went to sacrifice Yitzhak, he said, the pasuk said, Vaikach shnei ne'arav. He took the two boys with him. And the Baal Shem Tov, he said something incroyable, extraordinary. He said, Avraham Abinu, what he did was incredible. To sacrifice Yitzhak, it was not something easy. He said, to have this koah, something must help him. What? Vaikach, he took with him, Shene is the years. Ne'arav is when he was a Na'ar. That means that he took with him, he went to do the sacrifice as he was a baby. Baikah, it took with him the years that he served Hashem when he was a baby. My friend Baal Shem Tov said, how much a man when he is young, na'ar, how much he should take the advantage to be a tzaddik. Because a lot of people they do teshuvah when they are old. But what about when they were young? That's why we have to give a good education to our children as long that they are babies, as long that they are children. Because when you, my father, alav shalom, what he invested on me in emunah, and that's what it helped me today. Without that emunah that my father took, invest on me, I don't know what I'll be today. I don't know what I'll be today. I don't know. I think, my friend, this is the answer for Yosef. If Yosef resisted all the temptation in Egypt, because a lot of times the Torah said, because always Yosef at Tzaddik, even that he was at the age of 30, at the age of, because when he went to Egypt he was only 17. He was a tzaddik in his house, but from 17 till 30, 17 years, it was very bad years, very, very bad year. At the age of 30 he became a king, but before those 17 years they were catastrophic for him. 13 years they were catastrophic for him. What helped him to be a tzaddik? Ne'arav. Always he kept going. He left his house when he was a young man, Na'ar. He remained always Na'ar. Always he helped himself with those good years that was with his father, that he was a tzaddik. Rabotai, I would like you to tell you one thing. Baruch Hashem, this place, I heard the rabbi telling some halachot, and the way it tell halachot, it give the pleasure to do them, because we hear a lot of halachot, but sometimes we hear halachot, we do but the way they are explained, that give a pleasure to do them. And I think, Rabotai, we the parents, the way we educate our children when they are a baby, how Hanoch Lana'ar Pedako, that will give them a pleasure to do them, even if Hafsh Shalom one day they leave. I don't know what's going to happen. They're going to go to the university. I don't know Hafsh Shalom what's going to happen to them. But one day, what they've been listening in their house when they were a baby, they can come back again to them, and they can do teshuvah only through those good years when the father gives the good education to the children. But I don't forget one thing. How much every one of us here, you must know that the success of a Jew is when he don't say why. It could happen one day that somebody, the koach of Abraham Avinu alav shalom, there is a passage who said, "Vayashkem Abraham baboker el hamakom asher amad sham." Abraham, he woke up and he went to pray in the place where he was yesterday. And from here, the Gemara said, a man should not change his place where he do the tefillah, unless if he moves from the house, or it is because of something, really something that a good reason. Otherwise, a man should not leave his place. Why? Rabbi Eliashiv alav shalom, he said, a lot of times people, they change place. Why they change place? Because they don't give them aliyah, and because they don't give him to be chazan, or because sometimes they took his book, or he took his place. Because of this, he gets angry and he leave. He said that it's no good. He said a man who keep his place where where he pray, not only to come on Shabbat. If he come on Shabbat, so he can come on Sunday. If he come on Sunday, could come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Always remind your place. After 120 Shana, they ask you where you been sitting, which synagogue. I was there. You were there. Baruch Hashem. And how long did you go there every day? No, only on Shabbat. Only that's no good. The Gemara, "Vayashkem Abraham baboker Every morning, Abraham, he woke up and he go to pray at that place where even that has shalom, a man has problems, not ask questions. Did he talk your book? Don't ask questions. Kapara. Did he give you aliyah? Don't ask questions. A man who accepts everything that comes from the Shamayim, Kadosh Baruch Hu Ozelo. Now we understand what helped Yosef HaTzadik to become Tzadik in Egypt for two reasons. Because he's young, he's Ne'arut, all the education that he got from his father when he was a baby, that helped him in Egypt, and he never asked questions about what happened. He accepted. Because he accepted, Akash give him koach to resist all the temptation that he have in Egypt. יהי רצון, בזכות עבודי הקדושים תגן בעדכם, וימלא הקדוש ברוך הוא את כל משעות לבכם בטובה, ותעלו מעלה בתורה וביראת שמיים, ותתחזקו בתורה. I see this place now become a מקום תורה, אשריכם, with the זכות of course the first rabbi, עליו השלום, רב עוזיאל, ועכשיו שיבדל לכם טובים שלום, רב אמסלם, רב אלמני, סליחה, רב אלמני שליטה, who took the place to this holy place. יהי רצון שהקדוש ברוך הוא ייתן לו ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה לכם כרצון.
نوضوا يا ناس غرتوا على ربيع حي بنتو وقف لنا زيخو